Pretty much, yeah.
And
Okay,
everyone's here. That's so cool.
everybody's here. We love to see it. Okay,
Except
right.
Guy.
Everyone's here to witness the
Wait.
death of Cedric.
Oh, so it's a funeral. Nice.
Mm. I already
Um,
said my piece.
You already entered hell and heaven.
Yep.
Cedric's gonna die, and the next character to come along can be a talking horse.
Hell yeah.
Great moment, we're in the fucking forest. We can meet it.
Okay, right. Let's get this show underway. Music maestro. Last we left off, the Wayward Wanderers found an interesting way to deal with the aboleth. By destroying a section of rock underneath the lake, they drained the whole thing out, and the aboleth flew down with all the water. Down the hole, deeper into the earth. The aboleth screamed something while plummeting down, but with Baylor being the only one that heard it, they never get to know what was said. Coming back out of the cave and linking up with the hippogriff again, they continued their journey northward, where the hippogriff eventually bid them farewell at the edge of his territory. In this goodbye, the hippogriff bowed deeply, said thank you, and urged the group to seek out Murthid. The group then continued north through Centaur territory. After a brief encounter, they learned of all the different creatures in their vicinity. Giant frogs, ratkin, tasloy, and even then later learned that they narrowly avoided an encounter with blood-sucking singing trees. Now they find themselves among several regular speaking trees and are taking a long rest, and allowing Andros some rest as Cedric sleeps in a pond. Wayward Wanderers, I must remind you, every action has a consequence. You are bound for a place only one of you is familiar with, and most of you know not the reception you may receive. You may be the first outsiders to ever be this deep within the Aesmore. Be careful, and know your place within this alternate hierarchy you are not familiar with. Wayward Wanderers, as you all take a pleasant rest surrounded by these remarkably chill and peaceful trees, what would you like to do?
Are we done with our rest?
I think so.
Unless there's something that someone wants to do during the night, then yes, we can be done with the rest. And I believe, Plant, you said that it's midnight at the time of the end of this long rest.
Well, it's like an hour before midnight, maybe 2 hours, depending on how much time we spend talking with trees.
I'll say it's
But
midnight
yeah.
then.
Can we sleep in a couple of hours?
Sleep in? Yeah, a little bit if you want. You've still got quite a journey to the plateau, to be fair. Well, to
Can
the
I,
Eversplendor.
Can I roll my hit dice as well?
Yes, you took a short rest, right? So go ahead.
Didn't
Why
you take
didn't
a long
you-
rest?
Why didn't you take a long rest?
Yeah, I thought you were taking a long rest, actually.
We all
Oh.
did.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, because
I can remember. I just fell face first into the water and went to sleep.
Yeah.
However long you let me go to sleep.
I'm thinking if we get up, say, like 2, 3 in the a.m. instead of at midnight, just considering that Andros is quite exhausted and maybe needs a bit of a longer sleep.
Hmm.
That's a fair statement. Make sure
But-
you've all pressed the long rest buttons on your sheets and have everything recuperated.
One question. How
Mhm.
do we approach the fact that Zinni was missing from our adventures? Do we act like Zinni just joined us, or she was here the
Nope,
whole
she was
time?
here the whole time.
Okay.
We just sort of like phase characters in and out for weeks when they're not there. I'm not interested in making like
Okay.
in-game reasons why you all disappear. Okay. You now all wake up. It's just past midnight. There really isn't much light around, and those of you without dark vision, which is to say Baylor and Anxi, you can barely see your own hand in front of your face.
Don't need to see more.
I'll cast a produce flame in my palm, just so we have a bit of light around us.
Okay.
I wake up and cast light as well.
Okay, right, nice cast of light. So we've got something for the or for the non-dark visions to see. So what's the plan?
Fly.
Yeah, we want to move northwest and then fly up the plateau.
Am I okay to swap my spells while you guys are chatting?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm also going to burn a spell slot to refresh the pond water.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
Oh, I should probably send a message to the tavern keeper and just ask, all going well?
So it's like 1 or 2 a.m. What exactly are you sending the tavern keeper?
Just all going well?
You pooping?
You only hear snoring.
Oh, voice
Maybe
call.
later.
Voicemail.
Well, it gets written in your book, right?
Yeah,
I was
so
gonna
you
say,
see
unfortunately, I can't
honk
access it in the-
shoe, honk shoe.
Actually, could I make it louder by putting it in capitals whenever I type it?
No, man.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll try
man.
again later then.
Question. So the plan is to fly up to avoid climbing, right? While
Mm.
flying, if Baylor, for example, takes Cedric and I take Zini and Ao, we should be more than fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
1
Let's make
hour
sure.
to get to the tile to the northwest. And you're going to be flying up plateau.
Yeah.
A very wise move, a move I didn't know you guys were going to make. Had you chosen to hike up this instead, it would have taken you 8 hours.
Not interested
This
in that.
is a very, very steep and high plateau. It doesn't ever bow in on itself, but it's pretty much like one giant mountain that then has had its top cut off because it's, a plateau. It's flat on the top. That's why it's what it is. But go ahead. So,
Not that this will change our plans, but is there an easier path up and down the plateau which the druids use?
you know of a couple of paths which are favored because while you didn't go with them many times off the plateau, you at least, on occasions, traveled with them to the edge of the plateau. So you know that there's a couple of favored paths. The one on the south side would be a couple hours travel to the west.
Okay. We're still going to fly up.
Okay.
My thought would be that I know that there are paths up and down the plateau. I don't know exactly where those paths are, though, especially not from this side of the plateau. And I want to get to Merthyr as quick as possible, so flying is the preferred method of travel.
Okay, right. So, burn those spell slots.
Already done it.
Baylor is carrying Cedric, and Anxie is carrying Anxie on her back, and I imagine Andros in
I'm
the
carrying
talons.
Zinni on my back.
Zinni on the back, sorry.
Yeah.
Andros in the talons.
Yeah.
As long as we're close enough together, I maintain the shape water as well on Cedric.
Yeah, you definitely can. It's sometimes a bit. What's the range on shape water?
30 feet.
Yeah, you can definitely always stay within 30 feet. Flying up, it requires a lot more movement, maneuverability of birds' wings, but you can definitely stay within 30 feet for sure. Okay. You take flight, and woof, up, up, up you fly. It's quite an exertion, and this is something that the two of you are not used to. Can you both roll me constitution checks with your bird forms. Actually, no, it'll be athletics, sorry. So it's just a strength check as your bird form, unless they've got a bonus to athletics or something, which I personally doubt a bird does.
I don't have my character sheet for the bird open. Gee.
That's all right. It's whatever.
It's a giant tower, right?
Giant tower. So what's the roll?
It's a +1 to strength.
Okay, so d20 plus 1 from both you, please.
Can I use lucky to reroll it, or
If
can
you
I
would
not?
like, sure.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, that's more like it. 19.
Okay. So, with Baylor leading the way and Anxi being able to always stay a little bit behind him, the both of you fly up and up the plateau. As you fly past it, you see the paths you could have taken, a lot of rocky outcroppings that lend themselves for bits of rest. There are some parts that just require straight up, like, vertical climbing, and there's other parts where it transfers to more of just a somewhat of a slightly steep hike. But it's all mostly rock, less dirt, and just a lot of bare stone for the most part. But within an hour, you are able to make your way to the top. Are you going to the northwest or northeast X?
We're going to go to northeast.
Here we go. So, flapping of wings, thundering across and watching the trees flow with the breeze, you touch down and let your companions go. I would say you have 5 minutes left on your polymorph spell if you want to use it for anything.
I don't think we can get much out of 5 minutes of it. So I will drop concentration.
Okay.
I'll just fly up and try and look around to see whether I can spot the path ahead. But
Actually,
that's all I'm going to do.
I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to fly up and see if I can see any traces of Murthid. I did send him a message that we're coming from the south and we have a friend who needs his help.
Okay. Flying up and getting a much better vantage point allows you guys to see all in one hex around you. Baylor, roll me a perception check. From such a height, it's really quite difficult to make out specific things, especially when the overhead canopy of the trees in front of you are really quite dense for the most part. You aren't able to locate any specific druid you can currently see.
Okay. I think it's time to land. Drop
Okay.
concentration and then move.
I follow his lead.
Where to, Baylor?
Let me just orientate myself. Northeast.
It's 3 hours.
Is it 3 or 2?
3, because the 3 tree tile is 4 hours. So there's 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours.
Right.
And then you
Uh,
minus 1.
Just a question. So we started moving at 2 a.m. And then we moved for 2 hours, and now 3 more or 2 more.
3 more from there.
So it's 7. Okay, cool.
Alright. Golden light is streaking into the sky. As you know that the rest of the population of this island is waking up about this hour.
I take that as a hint and send another message to the innkeeper saying, yeah, all good.
You gets written back to you. Huh? Oh, yeah. No, everything's chill. Gwen's helping out a bunch. been pretty quiet, really. How are you?
I just went back. All good.
Cool. Right. Nice.
Do
Yeah,
you
it was
choose
him
a-
again. Yeah. It's really freaky every time, is written out in your book.
Yeah.
You want me to send to tip him when you get back?
Can everyone except Baylor roll a perception check for me, please?
The chill thing. Enzo should have said like, well, if it's chill, you should, start a fire or something. No way to have the word chill in this universe, right?
Yeah.
No, they do. Chill just refers to coldness.
Hmm.
Sid, can I
Everything's
have your
cold.
perception? There we go. Okay. So, Zinni and Andros, there are some things that you pick up as you start to traverse into the plateau. One thing that you notice is that a lot of the plants here, whilst they are plants that you've seen before throughout this whole forest, the ones here seem just a bit more vibrant, slightly bigger even. It's slight, but you pick up on it. Something else that you notice as well is that in all the forest that you've been traveling through so far, every footstep that you've taken has been in the territory of a specific creature. Something that you notice right now is that this, as of present, is positively a menagerie. There's all manner of different, mostly small woodland creatures. You hear a bunch of cackling of what's definitely small monkeys off roughly to your west-ish. You see a lot of smaller things like rabbit, small wild cats and ocelots. You see quite a couple turtles even just like strolling through. There seems to be, and Zinni, you pick up on this more than Andros, there's a much greater sense of peace and harmony up here on the plateau, or what you've seen from it so far. This is, of course, something Baylor intuitively knows himself, but didn't really prepare you guys with the knowledge.
Sounds like they're all high.
So we're all like in awe at how serene everything is, and Baylor is just like, yeah, this is yeah.
Well,
The two of you are. Anxie and Sid haven't really sort of like taken it in.
There's water in my face.
I'm probably thinking of jokes.
There's tons of little small woodland creatures that keep coming up to your group. At one point, you see Zinni, a very small rabbit with a little unicorn horn, comes up and just like looks at you. Big, wide, curious eyes.
I don't think I can talk to it.
It hops a little closer to you, still looking far up at you, being the small creature it is.
I'll hold out my hand and let it sniff me.
You hold your hand out for a couple seconds, and it doesn't move initially. But then it takes one small hop, and then a couple more. And instead of sniffing your hand, what it does is that as it comes to your hand, which you're holding quite close to the ground, it just sort of rests its chin on your hand and looks up at you.
Say that again, sorry. It
It-
rests its chin on me.
On your hand, yeah.
I scritch its chin then.
It sort of just like closes its eyes, and you You sense a pleasantness coming from it, that it's enjoying this interaction, as unusual a creature as you might be to it.
See, I'm unusual. Hello?
To it, yeah.
Hi there, little fella. Aren't you cute?
Somewhat instinctively, it starts to lean into your hand and like hops up onto your hand proper and just starts nuzzling itself all around you.
Just keep petting it, and it's nice. Feels nice.
It's got incredibly soft fur. Its horn, you briefly touch it a couple times, and it feels smooth. Very, very smooth. Though it looks like it would be sort of like a little abrasive at points. You notice like a small little distinct spiral pattern in the horn as well. It's only a small horn, only just like a couple, like an inch long maybe. But it's there.
Do I notice what's happening at all?
With your passive perception, you're probably aware of everything that's happening. You are noticing on your companions the marvel that a few of them are having in this moment. You're home, Baylor.
I should have warned you guys. Things are a little bit different up on the plateau. It's special up here, and it's beautiful and full of life. More so than the forest we've just traveled through.
You're
But-
not kidding.
You've got
Never
nothing.
seen anything like this.
There's plenty of these guys all around here.
I do appreciate all the animals and such, but Cedric is literally melting here.
Yeah, we should move on. We need to get into method.
Can we bring the bunny?
The bunny
do
is
need-
giving no signs of wanting to leave your hand.
Okay, he's coming with me.
Oh, we found a bunny for an toys kit.
Can I pick him up and carry him?
It's just it's small enough to literally fit in the palm of your hand, and you just you just stand up and it just still sits there in your hand.
I'm gonna hold him though, like not just out in my hand, because that's really awkward. I'm gonna
You're
hold him
just
like a
holding
little...
your hand straight out forward, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you
I'm gonna
can.
hold him like a little baby.
Aww.
So while this is happening, Sid is kind of side-eyeing the whole situation because he's obviously not, in the greatest of moods. But every time he's side-eyeing the bunny a bit, and then he does ask Cindy, "Well, what kind of a banana are you gonna give him?"
Sorry?
The water then briefly moves away from Sid's face for a moment.
What kind of name are you gonna give him? And I turn my head away again.
I sort of ponder and go deep into thought, as I'm not decided on a name yet.
Are we going to get to Druid and Zinni's going to be covered in 20 small arrows?
I'm sure you can bring him along. This is an Almirage, and this is a young one, so his family's probably around here as well.
Oh,
Will his family be upset if I take him?
Up on the plateau, I don't think so. Unlikely. But maybe see if he follows rather than bringing him along.
so
Then he sort of looks a bit disappointed and then puts the bunny back on the floor.
He's just a young one. Not ideal to separate him from his family unless he wants to come.
The moment you put him
I
down to
think
the
he
floor,
wants to come with us.
the moment you put him down on the floor, the Almirage starts like sidling up and brushing against your shoes.
Then he wasn't kidnapping it, it seems like.
Yeah, I'd say if he follows us for like the next few minutes, bring him along.
Come on, little fella.
Which direction are we going?
Northeast.
It's -1 hour. As you come into this hex, the trees get a little less dense, but you notice that the flora gets slightly bigger still. Flowers that you saw before, they just bloom a bit brighter, their petals just a bit larger. In the canopy ahead or above, you hear some rustling. And then you hear a heavy sort of like a heavy but soft thump.
Is it in front of us or behind us? We hear this.
It's above you.
The thump as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look up. What do I see?
What you see, Bail, is a big, giant gorilla hanging from one arm, clinging to a branch, and looking down at you all with a suspicious eye. You know who this is.
I do. And I'll shout out, Bernona!
As soon as you do,
It's been so long.
she lets go of the branch and falls down. One thing that you notice straight away, this gorilla is, for one, massive, but as it touches the ground, you would expect it to make a big, thunderously loud sort of like poof, but like it's weirdly graceful in that like you hear a thump, but it's gentle. And as soon as it lands on the ground, it just like grabs Baelor in both its arms and like picks it up and stands on its hind legs and just starts like swinging him from side to side as his arms are pinned to his sides.
Bernona, it's so good to see you. It's been so long. We need to get to Murthid. Our friend here, and I'll point to Sid. He's in trouble. We ran into an aboleth.
Bernona locks eyes with Sid, and her joyous expression immediately drops. She puts you back down on your feet, and you watch as she starts to morph and her muscles shrink down, as she turns back into a humanoid form. What you see before you is almost an equally muscly woman stood before you. Incredibly well-built, tall, dusty greyish skin with sort of like wisps of blackish fur. Or blackish hair, sorry, not even fur. Wearing just a bunch of simple leathers. She looks over at Cedric. Boy, you got fucked up. She comes over and like stares at you and like comes real close to your face. Sounds like looking up and down and around your body. She gives you a punch on the arm. It's like, you've got some muscles, boy.
Oh,
You'll surely grow into something big when you grow up.
will you just kill me or something?
She's like, pats you very hard on the top of the head and turns around. What did you say did that?
An aboleth.
Huh?
It's a big, scary creature. Anxie over here knows more about the aboleth than we do. But we found him in a cave in Hippogriff territory.
Oh. And she looks upwards and you can see her start to ponder. No, don't ring a bell. But that looks bad. So let's boogie.
Yeah. The Hippogriff said we need to get to Method. He can help.
She turns around and you both start walking. I'm assuming in the same direction as you guys both know where you're going.
Yeah.
Method will be in his lab, sure. But yeah, right next to Eversplendor, let's go there. So, Baylor, where you been? What you been up to?
So much. We've traveled to two of the big cities. Rolnibblegup was interesting, but I'm sure you know that Lord Dewey is chopping down the forest.
I don't know much about the guy, but Valmoira talks about him very often.
Yeah, none of us really liked him. He seemed like a bit of a pompous kid.
That girl's got a fire in her belly. You best make sure that he never finds his way close to her.
Yeah, definitely. That won't go down well for him.
What brings
We
you
then
back
travelled-
though? It's it's great to see you and all, but like, what are you doing back here?
Well, we travelled to Relhathford, and we managed to get a meeting with the Lord of Relhathford, and spoke to him about Dewey's encroachment into the forest and him chopping down trees and what that potentially means for the island, and asked him if he could intervene. He then immediately set up a meeting of the Lords in Rolnibblegup and requested that Adrianus attend.
As soon as you
And-
say this, she stops in her tracks and you all stop walking. Huh?
Yeah. So I sent Adrianus a message to let him know that this meeting is happening. I didn't expect Adrianus to attend himself, but at least a representative of the Druids needs to be there.
He hasn't
And-
said anything about it to me. Ah. Well, you know he's not going, right?
Yeah, I don't expect him to go, but somebody needs to go. Somebody needs to represent the forest.
Well, your Pettis is still brooding. Valmoira's a no. Daira's busy. Radan's busy. Faustina's too soft. I really don't want to go.
Well, we can discuss with Adrianus, and
Yeah, it's not my job to say anyway.
he can decide what's best. But somebody needs to be there to ensure that the interests of the forests are the top priority. We can't have Dewey chopping down the forest.
Of course, yeah, stuff's getting cramped in here as it is already.
Yeah, and can you imagine if he wants to chop down as much of the forest as he can, as far as I am aware? And can you imagine the havoc that will be unleashed on the island
Yeah,
if the forest didn't exist?
last decade or so has not been good for the well-being of the woods.
No. So yeah, Adrianus has called me home to discuss this. I'm a little bit apprehensive.
Well, you
because he did
you
say I'm
told him
ruffling
about
feathers.
it. You told him about it, and he told you to come talk in person.
Yeah.
Boy, you're screwed.
Yeah, don't tell me that. I'm already apprehensive about meeting with him because
Oh.
getting called home. And he said in his message that I've been ruffling feathers. So
I was gonna take today to chill. I'm gonna come watch this.
well, thanks for your support.
Yeah. Support does what it is. Yeah.
Well, it's best we get to it. We need to get to Method
Of course.
to
Yeah.
help
Absolutely.
Sid, and I want to see everybody. It's been too long. It's been months.
Which druid is this?
This is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Brenona.
this one, right?
No.
It's the same voice as is it Valmoira, the angry one?
Valmora spoke with a more sort of like hissy voice. This is the first time that you're meeting Brunona.
Does she think of Zinni? Or he?
She kind of like gives you like a big elbow in the ribs, Baylor. Gonna introduce me to your friends or what?
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry. I'm just so worried about Sid. So this is Cedric, of course.
Mhm.
He needs help.
Sid is just blubbering water.
This is Anxie.
Hello.
Anxie's amazing.
Mhm.
She's pretty much been the leader of our little group and done a
Hmm.
lot of good work for us.
I was.
This is Zinni. She's the biggest gnome in the world.
Oh,
And I
the
kinda look at
biggest.
Zinni. And this is Andros. He's quieter, but he's good.
You should
Like
just
bed.
you should just edit there. This is Andros.
This is
Yeah.
Aw.
I barely even look up. I'm just focused on shape water still. I just kind of put a hand up to wave. and
He's like
go back down.
bags under his eyes, just goes, huh? He just looks
Yeah.
over
Poor
and turns
Andros.
back, his
Yeah.
hands up over like Sid.
Andros is kind of very much concentrating right now, and he's been quite exhausted. He's keeping the water spell going to make sure that we keep Sid moist. So
Moist.
Yep. Yep.
we also want to give Andros a good rest, so he doesn't have to keep this concentration up, because I imagine it's taking a lot out of him to keep that going for all these hours every day.
Hmm. Have a rest, little man. And she snaps her fingers, and you feel the water whoop, move from your control.
I tried to get it back. You try and ship water in.
Hmm? Guess he likes doing it. Humans
Is
are weird.
the little bunny called? Is it an Almirage? Is that how you say it?
Mhm.
Can she see that there's a little Almirage?
As you've
snuggling my
been
feet?
walking, the Almirage has been almost desperately trying to keep up and just sort of like really like bouncing as fast as it can to keep up with Zinni.
Aw, can I pick him up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we've got a little friend who's met us just as we entered the plateau, who's been following us around.
Yeah, they're cute
I
little
hold
things.
him out and then I say, "His name is Nibbles."
Nice.
You know what? That's a cute name. She gives you a big pat on the shoulder and like pulls you in, Baylor. She starts asking you more questions about like more specifics of what you've been up to, but you guys continue walking. For sake of brevity, we don't need to go over all your escapades exactly all over again. She mentions about how she heard about the little excursion you took into the woods a while back, where you reported finding a big dungeon. She says that she was the one who went, sought out, and found it based on your description.
Did you find anything interesting in the dungeon?
There's a lot of dirt and then a lot of stone. And then I just like, I don't know, some like practical joke or something. I just like kept going through doors and then coming out the same door again. It was like, got boring real quick. You said there's some kind of like real big door in there?
Yeah, there's a real big door in there.
I mean, it's child's play, really.
She like raises her eyebrow, not
It
getting
is
your
some
reference.
Kind of a labyrinth we spent ages trying to figure out.
You didn't want to pass that information on? Okay.
We'd love to.
I mean, would have been handy like 2 weeks ago, but sure.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm messing with you. She gives you a big pat on the back and you stumble forwards.
I'm not very strong.
One of the brain boxes will go and map it out or whatever, but I went and found the place at least. Caught the stench of spiders on it, though. It was a big, far journey away from their territory. They should not have been there.
No, they shouldn't have. But they were. And they were causing trouble.
Yeah, you got tasked by the local town, right? Bloody spiders,
we got
man.
tasked by the town. But we did resolve that situation.
Yeah, Valmora told me about that as well. She was just as pissed about that as she was the deforesting, I'll be honest. Them spiders are hard to keep in check, and his mum was not happy.
We did run into his mum on the way here.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a chance we might end up killing his mum on the way back. We think she ate our dog.
you mean Akushi?
Yeah.
Why the hell was Akushi with you?
He wanted a leg.
Yeah, he needed a leg. He was abandoned by his pack because he'd lost a leg. And I knew that he could find help here to get his leg restored.
She lets out a big sigh and pats you on the shoulder again. That's why you're still a young cub.
Well, he can find help here, right?
He could, but he shouldn't. Everything down off the plateau needs to live as it lives. We can't be interfering every time something happens.
I know, but he was cute. And he was friendly.
I'm very tempted to elf blast up a rabbit now and say, we can interfere now.
I think you'd find yourself jumped
Don't
by
you
several
dare.
people.
Yeah.
Nibos is our family now.
Brenona's got a smirk on her
Sometimes-
face and is sort of just like grabbing you sternly by the arm in a friendly way, but you know she doesn't really not know her own strength. She very much knows her strength, but she doesn't bother keeping it in check. She's got like a sympathetic chuckle about her, sort of like you'll learn someday sort of feeling. But you all keep carrying on. Minus another hour, please.
Yeah.
It's a curious thing. As you're all talking, Baylor's obviously enraptured in conversation with his family. But the rest of you are just sort of left looking at the scenery and like maybe paying attention to the conversation if you want. The amount of animals gets denser as you've walked closer to what you can assume is the center of the plateau. It's also coupled with the fact that these plants just keep getting bigger. Every sort of like turn you round or like new little mounds that you climb over, the plants and flora just seem to be getting just that bit more vibrant, the bit bigger, the bit more elevated off the ground. The tree canopy overhead seems to be getting further and further up into the sky. Not anything that you would call giant, but definitely over-proportioned. Take one more hour. You stumble across various little, small, still ponds of water. You see lots of little animals in all their varieties come to drink from it. You notice very small little like veiny streams running through the earth, carrying the most beautiful crystal blue water you've ever seen. It really does feel like a menagerie. You feel like you could find any kind of animal here. Everything from tiny little rodents, little frogs, anything like even like smaller deer and other of these sort of like more four-legged creatures as well. You struggle to keep a track of everything you've seen just because it's been such a massive variety. And then, as the density of trees around you starts to part, you see before you something that you've heard the name of several times, and now you understand why it has that name. The Ever-Splendor. Before you is a large, giant tree. Trunk possibly about 30 feet wide. Impossibly tall just as you look at it. And the most beautiful, gorgeous, golden leaves from its branches. It truly is a sight to behold. As you start to make your way towards it, a lot of the animals that you've seen around, where they're running to place, playing with each other, being real rambunctious and just, high-spirited. As you come closer and closer to this tree, you realize everything feels just that bit more calm, more tranquil. Animals that you had seen previously running around are now slowly walking in between each place. No sense of urgency, no sense of having to do something immediately. Just an unbelievable peace that comes over this entire place. As you break the tree line around you and come a step closer into the clearing, you all feel something a little distinct. Something in the air. Maybe not in the air, but just in the everything. You feel somewhat of a magical energy almost pulsating through the ground, the air, everything. You take a step closer, and while it doesn't feel intense at any point, you notice it start to feel more present as you get closer to the tree. This is absolutely a magical tree. That is certain. Don't exactly know what it's doing, but you feel it affecting the land, the water, the animals themselves, even yourself. You feel just that bit more at peace.
I just ask, what is it?
What
What
is-
about
What is what?
No,
See, for
big-
me, it's normal, right?
yeah.
the big, very flammable looking tree.
That tree is the Ever-Splendor.
I got that. What is it, man?
It's,
Clearly isn't just a tree.
by my knowledge, it's a tree. It's
Bernona pats you hard on the shoulder. You always had a way with words. That thing is the closest thing that you can find to being our deity, I guess.
Yeah.
It's what birthed me. I came out of it.
You came out of it.
Well, not really out of it. It kind of grew me.
From my understanding,
Druids are grown on trees, right?
You know a tree?
No, come on. I'm not. I might be built like one, but I'm not.
Really?
Long time ago it was.
What's the first thing you remember?
My first memory was Faustina and Valmoira were fighting over a stick, but it was like a stick they both really liked.
Were they young?
Yeah. Adrialis eventually came over and, told him to stop being stupid. Or at least that's how I remember it. I think they both remember it slightly differently.
Oh, random question. You ever heard of the baleful eclipse?
The what?
I just repeated baleful eclipse. You ever heard of it?
No. Sorry. Don't ring a bell. But yeah. This is... It's kind of like life itself, really. It's what's been able to create everything you've seen in the forest. It's the source of all the main rivers. It's the source of all extraordinary life within this beautiful forest.
This
So
is
it's responsible for that Fae we found.
Faye?
he's talking about a pixie we met.
Oh, you ran into the pixie, did you?
Yeah, Basil.
Is that what you
We're
called
friends.
him? Oh, okay.
Do you know his real name?
I do.
I'm still waiting for him to be my best friend and decide to tell me its name. It's gonna be a long ride, I suppose.
If you're a pixie's best friend, I best keep an eye on you.
Okay.
He's a fun lad. Weird, but he's fun.
Brenona.
Hmm?
This tree is simply so fascinating. Do you guys happen to keep any information of its origin or anything about it? Any books?
Books? No, we don't do that here. It's existed long before any of us. Most of us are all born around the same time. Adrialis came a bit before.
And you just appeared from the tree?
Mm-hmm.
Anxie just has the most confused gaze currently.
How far away from the tree are we?
Bale was just smiling and nodding as if this is all perfectly normal.
You're about like 80 feet away from the tree at this point.
Okay, I mentioned trying to see. Well, the tree's alive, and it clearly has like some sort of psychic influence on people. Can we try to talk to it?
Sid is watching his step, by the way, because he's afraid of stepping on a druid that's
That's getting
piece of grass
further.
or a plant or becoming a tree or whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking like you might be able to psychically talk to it, perhaps.
Bernona
Can
looks
try.
over Anxie's confused expression. Is that unusual?
I don't know. I don't even know how I ended up existing.
I mean, you were probably born, right? I mean, we all were, but like...
I
Well,
don't
let
think
me
I
put it
came
this
out of a
way.
tree.
Let me put it this way. Everyone I know was born from that tree, so it seems really normal to me.
I understand.
So
I've
Adol
just never
came from
heard
the
of
tree as
that.
well.
Oh, not Cannon Baylor, of course.
Where is there a smaller tree came from?
They adopted him.
You know, my squid used to be green. I was from the stream as well.
I don't know what you're saying.
Me neither.
Oh, okay. So I'll translate. Sid said, "Hey, actually, you can just yeah, maybe it's whatever. I did say my skin used to be green. Do I also come from this tree?
Oh, buddy.
Well, her skin is sort of like dusty grey-ish, which is more the color that you resemble at the moment, actually, with your skin being translucent and there just being like just a faint reddish tint underneath. You mostly look grey.
Bullshit.
Are we nearly 30 feet away from the tree?
No, you're still about 80 feet. You just sort of stood there for the moment. But as Sid talks, Bernona perks up. Oh, Method. This way, big guy. Come on.
Okay.
And I follow her while watching my step.
So you said you need
I
to
go.
stay in the water, right?
Hey, girl.
All right. Promise to
Okay.
behave, all right?
You know?
She gives you like a big sort of like, you better.
I mean, I never want to draw on my memory, but please, it's gonna be
All right. Come here. And you walk over a bit, and you walk over to what's a small pond. The rest of you that are not so in the moment as Sid look around, and you see that this pond is slowly being dripped into, which is odd. When you look up at the source, the Ever Splendor itself is slowly and steadily dropping water into this pond. And you see that it's got the pond one exit where it starts to snake off out into the tree line. Get in there.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go find Method. And she walks off just a little bit into the tree line to your west.
Once we get near it, I'll try to connect telepathically with it. Just for
How-
funsies.
Okay, but at the same time, also since I just entered the water, how deep is the water?
Surprisingly deep, actually.
So my waist below the water already, kind of when I step in after a bit.
It's very shallow among like the edges initially. The pond's about, I would say, just like 10 feet wide in total as a sort of like average diameter across. But as soon as you step into like more the middle of it, it goes very far down, like a steep just sort of drop basically. And you realize
So
this thing has been filled up quite a ways. You're currently, as you stand and touch the bottom of it, it's about halfway up your torso.
Because I kind of have to pee, and I'm wondering if I can get away with it.
You get the feeling that this is exactly why she told you to behave.
No, self-check then.
Pee. I mean, it's been kind of. Listen, it's been really. So these are sort of like the internal thoughts of Sid, right? It's been. I've been avoiding peeing since this started, basically, because I have to look at my dick, hold it. It's translucent. I don't even know if I can find it. You know, it's just very confrontational. So this whole time I've been holding my pee, but now I can kind of get away with it by standing in this pond. I really fucking gotta go. But she did tell me not to do anything. But I really gotta go.
It's like being in a pool, innit? Just sneak one out and, you know,
Well,
What if we
as long
get
as you're
in
not
trouble?
dehydrated.
I think I can I roll to see if I can hold it or not.
Oh, you know what? Beat a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Oh man.
Nice.
You just barely manage to, in this pond, cross your legs and tense your muscles and keep it within you. Anxie,
It's close,
you
guys.
slowly walk towards the tree, and you eventually find yourself within 30 feet of it. You're opening your mind to try to connect to it. As you close your eyes for the moment, about a second or two after you've kept them closed and you expand your mind, the blackness that previously your vision was turned to slowly starts to turn golden. And you feel incredibly warm. A slight, very, very slight tingling sensation around your body. What are you doing?
I try to speak to it. That's so weird. Hello? Is anyone in there?
Do a buttery voice.
You speak out mentally towards the tree. A while passes and you don't hear any voice back. But you hear, and it feels like you feel a breeze slowly pushing from your right side to your left. You feel a couple of leaves brush against your face. And the moment you do, you open your eyes again. And you don't feel any breeze or see any leaves.
This place is fascinating. I'll try to keep the telepathic connection for a few more seconds, and I'll try to relate that we're coming here peacefully while trying to help everyone that's part of the forest, and I hope that we are not bothering it or whatnot. And then I'll mention how how beautiful and just how fascinating this place is, and cut the connection if there is nothing after it.
Oh, I was about to ask, can you ask it if he knows what the bale for eclipses? That's
If he
the
knows
other
what?
one. If he knows what the bale for eclipses.
I don't know whether I would think of asking that, so no.
Or maybe a better question for another time. Bernona starts
Yeah.
to return. You hear her gentle but thunderous footsteps as she brings along with her another person. Definitely nowhere near as tall and nowhere near as muscularly built. You see a sort of wispy looking druid. Male, a little gaunt, really. He's got a slight hunch to him and is holding his arms and hands clasped in front of his chest as he walks. Oh, Renona, what have we here? And he walks over to you, Sid, and you watch as he crouches, his legs long and thin, his knees come up to about like his head as he crouches and stands next to you as you are in the pond.
Sid's eyes are gazed upon him wide open. Not that you can see that, because my skin is fucking translucent, but I'm gazing. Simple as that. Saying nothing. Just kind of like, what the fuck is happening here?
So what happened to you, big man?
I kind of like use my hand to smoosh away the water in front of my mouth. And I tell him, oh, well, big monster hit me. And then, yeah, kind of got poisoned. Or something. Now my skin is like this. And they gotta like put water on me. Keep me moist. You know, and then it seems I'm like not dying, but I gotta stay moist. Yeah. I thought I was dead for sure, but
And if this moisture fades, do you feel a burning
Oh.
sensation?
fucking hurts, but yeah, it burns.
Right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Have you tried
gaping.
sleeping since this has happened?
I mean, I kind of chilled in the pond at one point.
But you've taken an overnight sleep, I assume.
Kind of, yeah.
Did you
I've
feel
relaxed
any
up a
of
little
your energy return?
Nope. Nope.
Ah. Yes, as Bernona said, an aboleth, right? Scary thing, mind you.
Yeah, I could have had him, but the two kind of decided to run, so I went along. Yep.
Wise move, my man. And he gives you a little wink.
I wink back, but he can't see that.
Well, he stands up. Give me a couple of minutes, and I'll be back. Hello to the rest of you, by the way. I'll give my formal greetings in a bit. And he
Hi, Method. We won't bother you.
Hello.
You do your thing.
He turns back and gives you a wave, Baylor, and
I-
scurries off back to the tree line.
I turn towards the group. Again, I wash away the water in my face a bit. Guys, I really gotta take a pee.
Hey, no, none of that. You said you would behave.
I really gotta go.
I don't
Hold it
care.
easy.
You're basically bathing in holy water right now. You are not pissing.
Okay.
You'll be done in a bit anyway. Just chill. Ah.
Can you prestidigitation the urine from his bladder away?
I don't know
Huh?
if I can do that.
You can literally see it.
If I can't see it, I don't think I can.
But you can see it because his skin's translucent.
You
Oh
would see
my
his
God.
bladder. You're
See
not going
my
to see
bladder.
into his.
No.
That's a
What a-
fucked up question, Baylor, and I'm so glad you asked it.
I just try to help.
It's
You know, Jay.
amazing.
You know, Jay's rolling in his chair right now. Like.
It's almost definitely.
Oh my god.
It's just you and guys in the. You and Bernona in the presence of the other Splendor currently. She notices Anxi's quite a bit closer to it, and probably catching glimpses of it as well, looking back. He looks over to you. What do you think? Be nice, that's my mother you're talking about.
Your mother is amazing. I've never seen anything like her. Guys, I could connect telepathically with it.
What?
I think I can communicate with your mom.
And she looks at you suspiciously. What do you
She
What do you mean
Well-
connect?
So, I
Like,
can.
a demonstration, Anxie, is going to be.
I see. And she hears into her head. Well, you see.
Whoa!
Yeah, hello, Brenona, it's me.
Why is your mouth not moving?
Because I'm technically not speaking. I'm speaking directly into your mind. Only you can hear me.
She like narrows her
And-
eyes and like squints in your direction.
And you can answer me without actually talking.
You watch her close her eyes and wrinkle up her face. And you hear her think towards you. Big stinky poop butt. And then she opens her
Yeah.
eyes immediately and looks at you.
I heard that.
Oh yeah, what did I say? Huh?
You, you said big stinky poop butt.
Anxie,
I
that's
thought-
gross! In the presence of the Eversplendor? Come on. Paler, your friends are disgusting.
Hey, she's just repeating what you said.
I didn't say anything! Come on.
Okay, she's repeating what you were thinking.
You don't know that. You weren't there.
I
He
come to
was-
trust Axie.
He wasn't there, right?
No, he wasn't. It was only I. Well, I tried doing the same thing with the Eversplendor, and when I closed my eyes, I could see. I could see the. Instead of just seeing darkness, I could actually see the golden colors of it and its warmth. And when I tried to greet it, I felt its presence. And once I opened my eyes, I couldn't feel it anymore. So it must have been its way of communicating with me.
You know, I feel something similar when I meditate under it. It takes a long time for that to happen, though. Yeah, you're kind of freaky, girl.
Yeah,
Hang on,
cheers.
wasn't one of you a changeling? Didn't I hear about that? See you?
Yeah.
You really are a freaky girl. I like you.
Yeah.
Don't know where Lamian's gone.
And
She'll be here at
Anxie's
some point.
surrounded by a golden warmth of the Eversplendor, and Sid's surrounded by the golden warmth of his piss.
It all
Oh
lines
my
up.
god.
It does.
Makes sense.
No, I'm still holding it. I'm being a good boy.
Is there sound of trickling water around us, perchance?
There is.
I'm-
There's
I-
lots of it.
I might have to do another roll. I might have to do another roll, but that's up to the DM.
I'll say you can hold
Oh
it
my
for
God.
now.
Okay.
Would suggesting that he doesn't feel it anymore do anything.
I don't think so. But not too long later, Murthid comes back. And he comes and squats back down by Sid again. Where was it that you were impacted by this aboleth?
Sid kind of looks around on his skin.
Well, it's quite hard to see, you know.
Yes, I know, but where did it hit you?
I kind of forgot actually, because I just thought I was dying.
Someone want to chirp up and remind Sid where he got hit?
It was on one of his arms.
No, it was not.
I'm
It's-
checking my notes.
I'm sure it was on his
It's a
thigh.
waste. Yeah. Creeped up.
Yeah.
You guys roll me a history check, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'd love to just sign. Who think that's important?
Well, it's
Yeah,
definitely a thing.
I rolled a 20. I remember perfectly. It was his arm.
It was his left calf and his back.
Hmm.
You were all totally wrong.
No, but
I
that's
didn't even try guessing.
listen. No, but that's a unique situation with my situation. Like normally, you don't have to fucking well, this guy got hurt here. Better remember that. No, because you can fucking see where it happened.
Sure, you can't really see it here. So, Andros informs Murthid of that. Okay, right. And you watch as he reaches his down into the pond. He grabs you by the scuff of the collar and picks you up out and dumps you on the floor. A monstrous looking feat, especially from a druid so gaunt looking. And you're just there lying on your back, and he eventually just like rolls you over onto your front. Stay there.
Okay. Wait, this is not anything sexual, right?
Come on. I'm a professional, please. And you watch as he brings out from his sort of like pouches, he brings out a pestle and mortar. And you watch him throw a couple things in and start grinding them. Anyone who's
What's he doing right there?
making what's going to heal you. Anyone who's curious enough to try and look at what he threw in, make a perception roll.
I'm distracted by nibbles.
Fair.
Yeah, understandable.
Banksy. Even from your distance away, you get a good glance at it because you just happen to have a good angle. You watch as he threw a clump of moss in, as well as a couple of golden leaves. And he starts grinding them up. How long's it been, by the way, since you got, like this?
Weeks.
A bit more than 2 days. Well, a bit less than 2 days.
What did I say?
Nothing correct, Sid. Let's say maybe 40-ish hours, maybe a bit more.
Okay,
At least
gotcha.
2 weeks.
50?
Yeah, 50 weeks.
He finishes grinding the mortar and pestle and scoops the somewhat slightly powdery but sort of like slightly congealed stuff into his hand and puts it in his mouth. And you watch as he starts chewing.
Whoa, I thought that cure was for me. Why are you eating it?
He just continues chewing.
Hello? I asked you a question?
He squats down next to you and he reaches into his mouth and like pulls out what he just chewed on and starts to spread it over parts where you've been hit. He's able to detect where on your skin this was upon closer inspection. Sid, the moment it hits your skin, it burns like fuck. Like, it's real bad. Not enough to like give damage, but oh my god, that's like, that's like lemon getting in a cut, sort of like agony. Okay. Right. Never tastes nice. Right. Okay. Sit still, big man. We're almost done.
You should feel down your fucking skin.
You watch as he makes a sort of like a weave of his fingers and crosses his palms and puts his hand down towards your ass, basically, because it's an even point between your calf and your back.
I thought you were gonna do nothing sexual.
Shut up, man. Okay. And you watch as a dark green glow starts to emit from his hands. And eventually the glow sort of like goes off his hands by quite a bit and spreads out quite far. The glow then seems to almost be corporeal and sort of like sets down on Sid, and the green glow heads and squirms over to the parts of skin that are infected. You see his mouth move, but you don't hear any words. And you start to see the chewed up paste start to dissolve and fly into the air. And it reveals green skin underneath, unharmed
Oh,
and blemish free. As the glow starts to fade from his hands and around Sid's skin, you watch as the green skin starts to, not rapidly, but sort of gently, osmosis style, sort of like ripple across the rest of his body. As you watch color return to Sid's body once more. Well, he's been cured. Hi everyone, I'm Method.
Method,
incredible.
thank you so much. I
Is any
really, really
applaud?
appreciate it.
Sid is absolutely amazed and just watches his skin slowly return.
He gives a big bow.
At one point, he is also quickly looking into his pants. And he's like,
Oh, guys, I'm it's working.
Oh, he's back.
Mister,
Yay.
sir, this is. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I thought I was dead.
Oh, it's my pleasure, good man. Nasty things, Aboleths. I'm surprised you tussled with it. They're incredibly dangerous.
It wasn't on purpose.
Oh? Are you sure? Last I heard, the Aboleth was deep down in a cave in Hippogriff territory.
Well, this
Seems
is-
pretty
this-
purposeful to me.
We
What?
didn't know that. We just went into the cave.
while this conversation is happening, Sid is just flexing his biceps, like looking at it.
As your skin slowly comes back, you take a moment to flex your biceps and watch your muscles at work, and then your green skin slowly covers it back up. Hopefully, never to be seen again.
I let out a big sigh of relief. I look up. Like I just got a second life, basically, right? And I'm just laughing to myself, giggling, smiling. And all of a sudden, my face turns kind of serious, and I look at Anxie, and I slowly walk up to her. I put my hand on her shoulder, take a pause, look her in the eyes, right, and I say,
I know I promised you Light X, but I must keep it now. 'Cause
I
I'm not
understand.
dead yet. Good,
I believe you should keep it, Sid.
thank you.
I don't think I can use it as well as you can.
Don't stop believing in yourself. You're capable of all kinds of things, but yeah, for now, I have to keep the X, and I'll make good use of it.
Mhm.
Don't be sad. I can see you're kind of sad. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
and I just turn away.
I'm devastated. What you did was amazing.
It's a good thing you guys were close by. It requires some powerful magic to cure Aboleth's disease.
You also used some leaves from the tree.
Very perceptive of you. I did, yes.
Do you use them a lot?
The Eversplendor is, I think, something of near unlimited potential. Truly magnificent, unmatched in any regard.
I'd have to agree. It is like nothing I've ever seen before.
I likely only know it's the surface of what it's capable of.
You knew about the amulet inside the cave.
You watch as you mention this to him, he's sort of like getting lost, looking up into the canopy. And his sense snaps back. Yes, yeah. The aboleth is in there. In fact, I remember, long ago as it was, I remember the debate between Faustina and Valmora about whether it should live or die.
Oh, they knew about it.
Oh, yes. And Brenona sort of is stood next to him, sort of like looking around, starts whistling. You know, you were there too, Brenona. No, I wasn't. Yes, you were. No, that doesn't sound like something I'd be present for. Could have been out working, anything. Regardless, yes, long ago, once we discovered it was there, once the hippogriffs brought it to our attention, it, caused quite a stir amongst us for a while, once we deliberated what should happen with it. We discovered that we eventually determined that since it was so far out of the way, it wasn't a harm to anyone. Evidently, we were wrong.
Might I suggest putting up a sign next time?
And who would read it? The hippogriffs? Come on now.
I mean, we kind of sensed it, I suppose, but it would have been helpful. Anyway, that's not important. Do you happen to know what's deeper inside the cave?
Deeper still? Than the aboleth?
We
Yeah.
found some man-made mechanism.
Now you've really got his attention. His head tilts and he looks at you.
Can I use minor illusion to create like an image of what it looked like?
Absolutely. He comes and studies closely this minor illusion. Amazing.
Yeah. So,
So where exactly was this?
a bit after the Aboleth Lake.
You
We
went
run
further
from it.
in than the aboleth.
Yeah.
Do you have a death wish?
Well, I suppose we might, but
I mean, if there was a sign that he needs to know if it was an uplift, we might not have gone further in.
okay, that's not important. Anyway, it looked like there was something below it, maybe even something living.
To my knowledge, at least, I did not know of anything that was further in than the aboleth itself.
Well,
I also
technically.
could show him the sword and helmet we found as well. If he recognizes it.
Curious.
There were also lots of remains of humanoids all around the lake where the aboleth was. And the remains of some sort of settlement.
A settlement?
There were boats.
Beneath our woods.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh. And he starts massaging his temples. If it was anyone other than... Well, frankly, if Baylor wasn't in your group vouching for this, I wouldn't believe you. Such a thing just doesn't seem possible. Well, Adriel certainly needs to know.
We'd love to report.
We've somehow dealt with the aboleth temporarily. We've sent it deeper into the cave.
Right.
So the lake area is safe to explore.
It's pretty much gone, sort of.
The lake itself is probably gone, yeah, but the area around the lake with all the humanoid remains,
Yeah,
that's still there.
my illusion to show him what that looked like as well.
And the mechanism is closed, so the aboleth is behind it. If it's still alive.
Well, I mean, there's still going to be the hole that you drained the lake through, but... How much further down did it go?
Very far down. I sent a familiar to explore the hole, and it took 2.5 hours to fly down and return back up.
Remarkable. He's just in a kind of stunned silence for a moment. And you see him just like, you see his eyes sort of like glazing up at the ceiling, just darting back and forth as he thinks of all the myriad of possibilities this could be. That's so inconceivable. A settlement beneath our noses and we didn't know.
It's ruins of a settlement, and it's, from what we could tell, very, very old.
I would say I doubt it's older than me, but I don't know what's possible anymore.
Do you know what an Underdark is?
A what?
Well, Underdark.
Come again? What's that?
I basically relay the information about the Underdark I know of and what lives in it.
Now that doesn't sound believable. Everything else you've said, sure, maybe. That doesn't sound real.
I understand.
I'm not
It's
saying you're
something that-
lying. I'm just telling you how my mind's working.
The familiar did see something down in the hole that resembled what Anxie described as the Underdark.
What if there is something down there?
Well, I
And
mean, if there was something down there now, it's been flooded and an aboleth has been dropped on it.
well, maybe they've taken care of it. Maybe they're gone.
Did he have any reaction to the sword in his hand?
Utter confusion was his reaction. He sort of like looks at it and like vaguely understands what these tools are meant to be, like a sword and a helmet. He's like, I assume you'd put that on your head, and just sort of like, okay.
I mean, like, is he able to identify the sword to see what it does? We know it's magical. We just don't know what it does.
It's not within my domain of magical expertise. Anything naturalistic, of course, I could tell you, but say maybe it's like enchanted, did you say, or something?
I think so.
Strange. Not seen anything quite like it.
I was able to detect magic on the sword. It's definitely enchanted or magical in some way.
I mean, also, like, the sword's been here down there hundreds of years, and like, the blade is perfectly clean as well. Just something magical going on.
Baylor, is it normal for humans to put magic on items and trinkets?
Normal's a different way. I wouldn't describe it as normal, but it's not something that's unheard of. There's definitely magical items. In fact, Sid has a magical item. He has a javelin of sorts, which produces lightning when it's thrown.
Oh, you want to see it? I can throw a really
No, not here, not here.
All right.
I'll take your word for it.
In fact, a lot of the members of our group have magical items of sorts.
So
the best one of all is one that Andros has.
So it is magical?
Smiles.
Yeah.
He looks at this crooked little stick that you hold.
One second. I can give a demonstration, and I just point at Cedric and have a smiley day.
Sid, roll a Constitution saving throw.
No.
Can I use silvery barbs if he basically rolls high enough?
Ale, what's your spell save DC?
15.
Can I make him reroll?
You've had disadvantage opposed on you, Sid. Roll again.
Oh man. I tried.
Method looks
I
at Sid.
told you not to fucking point that thing at me.
Does it make him angry?
It
Yeah,
does.
it does.
You can use it on me, Andres.
Okay, right. I'm not Maxi.
I'll fail it because I'd like him to show it. To show.
You watch as a rigid smile creeps across your face. Ugh. Oh, that's horrific.
Well,
Hello,
that's not
thanks.
very nice.
Ugh. Baylor, you humans are weird. He just starts like itching himself.
I suppose we are. I know more about you than I know about humans.
I imagine you've been experiencing quite the culture shock, as it's called.
You could say that. It has been quite a revelation exploring outside of the forest.
I'm sure Adriellis would like to be hearing all about it.
I'm sure he would. Speaking of,
Do you think he would enjoy the smells?
He Method glares at you for a second and then averts his gaze back to Baylor.
I think we should venture further in, and I'd like to see everybody in and say hello.
Oh, a couple of them are off on work at the moment. I didn't pay attention to exactly what, but Epetus is sure to be around here somewhere.
Yeah, I'd like to see Gepetus. I know he was in a fierce battle.
Yes, he's been brooding ever since. Stupid man.
And we met the spiders on our journey in through the forest. They were expanding their territory again.
Oh.
So we did send Valmora a message, and I believe she's gone to go deal with that.
Tentative relations with the spiders.
Yeah, I think
Moira's
we're...
probably not the most diplomatic to send, but she'll get the point across.
Yeah, I would have thought Gepetus would be best, but I know that after the battle, it might be best to send Valmora for now.
Oh no, Epetus has been shirking his duties for near enough a week now. All he does is traipse around the plateau looking moody.
Is he fully healed?
No, he's refusing healing. Stupid idiot. Talking about how he must wear it like a scar so he can not forget his mistakes. It's all just stupid. You won. Take the healing already.
What mistakes?
Do you not... Nobody tell you, Baylor?
No. All I know is he was in a battle with a wizard, a dark elf.
Best let you see it for yourself, then. Not my place to say.
Oh, okay. Sounds ominous.
That's scary.
That sounds like he wasn't actually dead.
Can you guys... Actually, no, this is your passive perception. Baylor and Zinni, you hear the slight creaking of branches. You don't know exactly what it is. You can't see a source. Baylor, you recognize the familiarity of this sound. And you know the presence you are likely about to be greeted with. Around from the side of the tree walks a creature. All of you immediately turn and take in its visage. A giant, magnificent and stoic looking stag. Large, gorgeous horns spread for far long above its head. And right in the center of its forehead, you see a slightly glowing light green mote of energy. You watch as the light sort of like follows gently from where it is, leaving almost somewhat of a trail as it moves. And as this stag turns around the tree and walks towards you all, it looks across each and every one of you. And it looks at Baylor.
Yes. It's so good to see you.
It bows its head slightly at you. And then it gently rears to its back legs as it begins to transform. And you watch Adrielis take shape. The first thing all of you notice is that Adrielis is very different from the rest of the Nadziratelli. The rest of them have just had sort of quite bare and muscular humanoid forms, strapped with a bunch of leathers. Adrielis has a bunch of similar leathers, but there's a lot of stuff that's different about him. His legs from just below the knee down aren't legs, they're tree trunks. His shoulders and upper arms seem to be not covered in skin but bark. His hair looks more like grass, long down the back, just past his shoulders. And whilst his stag horns disappear, what you see take their place is a mesmerizing weave of small branches, still in the shape of an albeit smaller stag horns. The light green glowing mote of energy is still at the center, and the stag horns have, well, the tree branches rather, have leaves at the ends forming small brushes. His whole body seems to be just a beautiful coalescence of plant and flesh. He takes on a humanoid form in that he's bipedal, decently muscular, and quite tall. But those are actual plant that form part of his body. It's not like armor or anything. It's just that is his body. As he stands now tall, looking down towards Baylor from about 30 feet away, he bows, or dips his head rather slightly once more. Welcome to the Ever Splendor. Baylor's friends and compatriots. I hope your journey here was not that foreboding or dangerous. I hope your time here is peaceful. Welcome.
I'll bow my head slightly and thank you, Adrianus, for the welcome.
Follow Baylor's lead.
We'll tell you all about the journey. There's some interesting things we've discovered.
You hear
Shade a
Brenona
bit
shout
of
from the back, "They fought the Aboleth!" He ruffles his brow and frowns and looks at you. The Aboleth?
Yeah, we're making our way through Hippogriff territory, and a Hippogriff was leading us through when we spotted a cave and a bit of confusion or miscommunication, but we believe the the Hippogriff wanted us to enter the cave, and so we did. And it turns out this was the Aboleth cave.
I will note that it seemed like a signage on the cave.
Strange.
But it's what was in the cave, other than the Aboleth, that is apparently quite interesting.
Hmm.
There were... If you want to talk about it now, of course, or
We can save that conversation for later.
let me introduce you to my friends, and I'll
Yes,
go around
please.
to...
I'm eager to meet who you've been traveling with.
I'll introduce everybody in the group and tell Adrianus a little bit about them.
He looks at you all. You don't feel any kind of mean-spiritedness, but he's looking at you all very judgmentally. As if he's measuring your worth with just his gaze alone. He stands there tall, stoic, and mostly silent. Well, wayward wanderers, know that you are considered friends here among the plateau. Take solace, respite. You are free to be at peace here. But Baylor, seems you've been rather busy. 2 lords you have
We have.
spoken to. And now, a meeting of the lords has been called. You hear Myrthid gasp from the back as Brenona sort of like taps him on the shoulder and starts whispering to him. What have you been doing, Baylor?
We did meet with the lords. We met with Dewey, not on purpose. We're meeting with Dewey to rescue somebody who he had imprisoned falsely.
Okay.
As you know, of course, he's been...
I have heard of the young lord's intentions. Valmoira has made it abundantly clear to me.
Yeah, we met Iapedis in Edgewood, and one of his guards captains actually saw us talking with Iapedis, and he happened to be in the Lord's chambers when we met with Dewey, and he pointed out that we know the Druids, which is when he sent us to spy on the Druids. This is when we met with Valmora.
Yes, I remember Lamian went with.
Yeah, and Festina, of course.
Things were peaceful here for a small period.
And it was during this time that he made clear that his intention to cut down more trees in the forest and shrink the forest. Knowing the importance of the forest, we decided to travel to Rolhathford and see if we could get a meeting with the Lord in that city to get his view on what Dewey is doing. And at that, I'll pull off my pack and pull out the small tree.
As you're pulling things out, he asks you, "How is Baron Halfthorde's garden?"
it's still beautiful. And there is still a tree in the garden, which we believe you've used for transport.
Yes, long time ago. The world was very different. You now bring out of your pack the small tree with painted golden leaves, and for the first time you see an expression on Andrew Ellis's face. His eyes widen a good bit, and you watch a small little smirk come to the corner of his mouth. He approaches you and outstretches his hand. I remember when Baron Halfthird gave me something similar. Still just as slapdashed, painted leaves, but the meaning is still not lost on me.
The Lord did tell us about your previous meeting with the Baron, and he tried to replicate that meeting.
Did he now?
He did.
Let me ask. Was there any dancing pigs?
There were dancing pigs. Well, of a sort.
You watch a warm smile come over Adrielis's whole face. It's good to know that there is some out there who respect and value their history.
This Lord absolutely did, and he seemed very eager to rekindle the relationship between himself and the druids of the forest, the Nazaratelli.
Hmm.
He was very
Meeting-
excited to meet with me and to meet with my group.
A meeting of the lords has not happened in a long time.
I believe so. This is what he said. But he felt this is the best way to resolve.
Last it
The issue
happened,
at
they
hand.
were still called barons. I still don't fully understand why they changed.
Based on the bit of history that I know from Anxi studies, that was a long time ago.
Most things were.
But right now, the meeting of the lords is quite a pressing issue.
Yes.
Lord Hathford is very adamant about the sanctity of the forest and keeping the forest intact. However, according to the laws of their lands, the forest is considered Dewey's territory, and according to their laws, he can do with it as he pleases.
He isn't wrong. We have
However,
no legal claim to this land, but that's because we don't recognize any legal authority here. Our relations with the lords previously were mutual. A lot of time has passed, and a lot of things have changed.
we believe that Dewey's father did meet you.
Not me. He met Iapetus on a few occasions. He never made it as far as the plateau. Iapetus reported there being a snotty little brat that traveled with him.
That must be Dewey.
I wouldn't thought it had been long enough for the pup to grow, but time seems to be fading ever quicker these days.
And Dewey himself wants to meet you as well. But I don't know for what purpose. As he wanted that before we'd met with Lord Hathford, and he sets up the meeting of the Lords. And I honestly don't trust Dewey.
Well, it is only natural. I was present at the last Lord's meeting.
At least some of the Lords on the island hold you in high regard if they want you at that meeting.
I've heard there are only 3 Lords now.
I believe so.
Strange times we've entered.
Very strange.
When is
from my
this meeting
understanding-
scheduled?
Anxie?
In a bit less than 3 days now. Maybe 2 even.
Right. Well, Baylor, will you accompany me to this Lord's meeting? You hear gasps from behind you.
I would be honored, Adrianus. I didn't expect you to attend in person.
There are some things that must be done.
Me and my friends will absolutely accompany you.
Well, seems we have something to plan for.
Indeed.
But for
And-
now, I think rest and rejoice should be on the menu.
I think so. But it's one thing to let you know, Adrianus. There are no more trees in Ralnibblegup.
Oh,
So we need to plan for our travel.
that may prove a problem. But planning can be saved for another day. I'm glad that you were here, Baylor. I'm
Able to
glad
ask you
that-
about the wizard. What happens then?
Oh, that's a different druid. We'll find your Pettis though and ask him.
Iapetus, did you say?
Yeah.
His battle with the wizard took his toll. Surprisingly, more mentally than physically.
From our understanding, it was quite a powerful wizard. I never expected that he would venture into the forest on his own. Or at all.
It was an interesting choice to venture into territory unknown. But from what Iapetus has told us, man is now dead.
Do you know where they put him?
It was close to the border of the forest. I know not exactly where. Iapetus will be able to give you the details. Potentially sooner than you may think. And he raises eyebrows and looks behind you. You see, as you turn around, Eupetus. As soon as you see him, a wicked smile comes across his face, and he bolts towards you, Baylor. What you notice immediately is that he's missing an arm. One of his arms is completely gone from half of the bicep downwards. Baylor, it's good to see you.
Yeah, Pettis. It's good to see you, but what happened?
Ah, wizards are tricky ones. But, nothing's gonna beat me.
I wouldn't expect a wizard to be somebody who's going to defeat you, but I also didn't expect to see this.
I wasn't expecting it either. Took me by surprise. I was just roaming the area, as I have been for a while, in case of guards. Deforesting. And in he walked. Didn't even have a chance to ask his name before he opened combat.
He just started it?
Yes, outright, immediately.
Wow.
But I took a few blows. Nothing I couldn't shrug off within a few days, but then he hit me with something that stung real bad. And as soon as I looked down, and half my arm was gone. Just fizzled into dust on the ground.
Yeah, Pettis. I'm sure that's something that can be healed, though.
Yeah, it can. I don't think I want to just yet. I told you, it's so easy, just do it. Method, close your trap, I know. I need to bask in my failure for a bit longer. But, rest assured, he was beaten bad. I messed him up real good. Hit him so hard that as soon as he hit the ground, he just turned into a pile of snow. Wizards. They're so weak.
Out of snow.
Yeah, weird. Thought nothing of it. But he was dead as nails.
Okay,
That
so
is
I'll
weird.
put them-
But, that aside, you've journeyed the whole way here. What was it like?
It was quite a journey. As you know, I don't know the forest that well. But
you hear Brenona cheer over your shoulder again. They ran into the aboleth. What? Baylor. The aboleth.
the aboleth, yeah.
Down that big, long tunnel.
Yeah.
Baylor. Come on.
We didn't know it was down there. We were being guided. And
the hippogriffs,
hippogriffs
I'll
guided us,
grant
and-
you, are not the most talkative among the forest.
they aren't. But they were guiding us through their territory, and if I really would have expected them to warn us, at least stop us from going into the cave, but they seemed to welcome us going into the cave.
Probably wanted to test your mettle or something.
Well, we were tested, all right. We made it out, and we've made it safer, at least in the first part of the cave. Quite the cave. There's something down there. But that does also remind me, we did meet with centaurs on the way here, and we met Gengrith, and he sent his greetings to everyone.
Ah. Gengar's a good guy. Should go stop by and say hi sometimes. It's been a bit since I've been off the plateau. But
I think they'd
regardless of that-
appreciate that, but I think you need to deal with that first. And I point to his missing arm. You don't want to scare any of them.
Come on. It's not that bad. Yes, it is.
It's
Let
kind of
me
bad.
heal it. Shut up, Murthid. I know. And you watch as he tenses his one fist. Like you see him wiggle hit the stump of his other arm as if he would be tensing his other arm, but it's just not there.
I kind of get why you don't want to do anything now, but to heal it. But so long as you are planning to heal it in the future, I'm not going to push you to do anything now.
Yeah, maybe I'll heal it. And he winks at you.
Mm,
While all this is happening, by the way, you no longer see Sid, but you kind of hear, kind of behind a tree somewhere, you kind of hear like a steady, fucking steady stream of water.
Can I cast prestidigitation on the pea that's left on the ground or the tree?
If you want to follow him to the tree that he's pissing at.
I mean, once I realize he's not here, I'll try to find him and do that.
You quickly notice the sound of a very tense stream of water hitting something hard. Well, you walking over, Anxie?
Well, once I hear it stop,
Oh, okay, all right. I thought you were walking over during, because that would have been something different.
It's not stopping.
it will stop eventually.
But we probably do want to head back to the initial cave, by the way. Not that platform, but the big door one. 'Cause that
What?
wizard guy's obviously still alive, and he probably went there.
What do you mean he's still alive? I killed
Well,
him.
When wizards die, they don't normally turn to snow. Sounds like he teleported away.
Well, it's only because I hit him so fucking hard.
these guys know more about wizard magic than we do.
Just look at him and just turn back to the group and say, okay, so yeah, we probably want to head to the cave to see if he's there.
No, but come on, I killed him. Right? Velo.
I hope so. From the little we know about him, he's not a good guy. But Andros knows more about wizard magic than I do. And if he says he turned into a pile of snow and teleported away, I kind of think that is what might have happened.
Well, we know he can teleport, so makes sense.
I beat him so bloody. He went unconscious, fell down, turned into a pile of snow, and then I beat the shit out of the pile of snow. How much more dead can he be?
Andros, can he teleport while he's unconscious?
It might not have even been him. It might have been an illusion, maybe.
You can't really hurt an illusion.
You telling me an illusion made me lose my arm?
Can the illusion cast spells? That
Fuck
powerful?
yeah, it can! What? No, wait, no, it was an illusion. You're getting my head messed up, man.
I don't know enough about wizards, Iapetus, but my friends know more than me.
Is there a quick way of getting there, Iapetus? Maybe we can just make sure.
No, it was on the border of the forest. Plus, the snow would have melted by now anyway.
I mean, you know what he looks like. Actually. Are you able to send him a sending spell and see if it arrives or not? Use that to tell if he's alive.
Definitely can. But I'm quite terrified.
I mean,
I
I'll
will
but
do
I need to
it.
get his signature first.
Yeah. Okay. I really hope he doesn't answer. I'll try to reach out and send a message.
Try to bait him
To-
and say, you know where Dranfit is, or something. Yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't get to him, but yeah, sure. So, if Barry not's alive, he would hear in his head, potentially, something like, how was your journey into the cave? I know where Drant is. Do you happen to want any more information? Basically, that's all he's gonna hear.
You cast this sending spell, and whew, you feel it fly out into the ether. And as it streaks across various arcane neural networks of the world, you feel that it doesn't land with its recipient.
Well, like, doesn't land as if he was behind a void stone, or I can't tell.
You don't know.
Well, I couldn't reach him, but there's always the potential of him being back in the institute, right?
Yeah, I mean, the general rule, by the way, talking with Druid guy, is nobody means he's not dead.
He looks at you and gives you some serious side eye. You watch your mouth, boy.
Wait, so what exactly happened? Basically, Apetus beat him up bloody, and he basically went unconscious and turned into snow.
Yes, he beat him until he was unconscious, and then while unconscious, he fell forward and turned into a pile of snow as he hit the ground.
Interesting.
An awkward silence fills the air.
From my point of view, your pet is you won the fight. That's what matters.
Excuse me. From everyone's point of view, I won the fight.
Yes, you did. And I give everybody a bit of a look and a nod to like agree with me.
Yeah, I'm just perplexed. Why does he turn into snow? I do believe you won.
I think I know what it is. Can I do a Arcana check or something?
Can I do it as well if we're allowed?
The two of you are
Arcana.
allowed to. It's a very high
what would it be?
DC Arcana check.
Would it be Arcana or History or?
It'd be
It must be
Arcana
Arcana
check.
if we're
yeah.
trying to find a spell.
Can I have guidance?
What's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
Arcana
0.
bonus? Mine is 5. Do you want
Okay,
guidance on a?
give guidance to Tanksy.
Yeah.
I can give guidance to both of you.
Oh, great.
No,
Okay.
guidance is concentration. You're going to go on one at a time.
Yeah, I could do one and then the other, right?
Yeah, but they're doing it simultaneously.
But we're doing it at the same time.
Fair. Okay, yeah, guidance on Anxie.
And I'm gonna reroll with Lucky. And guidance 26.
The DC was set very, very high. And as you scroll back, your thoughts and learnings of all things arcane, you recall one tiny bit of information. Nothing concrete, but you remember reading a historical account of an incredibly powerful wizard that slowly went mad because he created various copies of himself and forgot which one was the real copy or the real original.
Oh, fuck. Baylor hears into his head. Baylor, I think Epetus might have not killed the real Baronot, but a copy of himself.
Puppy.
Yes.
Oh god.
We
Wizards
might
are
be.
weird.
They are very weird.
I just point
Uh.
Glancy, indicating, "Can you talk to my head?"
Yeah, and you see a sheer terror in my eyes, and then I switch to you basically.
Okay, do you relay the information you just told Bayo to me?
Yeah, I do.
I just mentioned it kind of would make sense if he's searching the forest for the cave to make copies of himself to search a wider area.
I'd have to agree, but if Epetus had troubles winning against his clone, what would happen against us? We might fucking die.
Well, it's a problem that needs solving, I think.
Yeah. I
And
don't
if
know
I
if
had
that's the
bet,
time.
the place he's going to be searching for and going, and probably where he is now is that cave with the door. The problem is, if he can make clones of himself, he's going to solve the puzzle pretty quickly as well.
I don't know how many clones he can make of himself. But
Well, I mean, if a wizard went mental creating tons of copies of himself, yeah, presumably he can as well.
I can ask my master for more information on this.
I think we need to tell at least
The
as
druids.
realists.
Yeah.
I just mentioned it to Drew, like, yeah, so you did technically kill one, but it was a copy.
A copy?
I believe so, Epetus. What you described sounds like something I've read about. I believe this wizard created some copies of himself when he entered the forest and you met one of them.
It would explain why he just attacked as well. Like, I'm not sure if his copy is smart or he just like mindless.
Out of
Well,
character.
I'm not getting healed. Fuck that. And he turns and walks off.
But I'm sorry. If you don't get healed, who's gonna win against this wizard?
Doesn't answer and walks off further into the distance.
Well, we should bet on that one.
I'll speak with him later. I think he needs a bit of time after hearing that.
Yeah, must have been really hard to hear.
The more perceptive of you look over and you can see Bernona barely stifling like a smirk and a giggle. Method catches wind and elbows her in the side. Oh yeah. Terrible stuff. Mhm.
I mean, this wizard's probably pretty important to take care of. I'd kind of say, like, fuck the meeting.
No.
Well, it's like a meeting to talk about logging rights versus a wizard trying to potentially like open a door to an old god.
Keep in mind that The wizard came here weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and keep
that
in
kind of
mind,
makes it even worse.
No, but that makes me think that if the wizard was doing anything, he's done it already. He's not still going to be here.
No, so there's a lot of area to cover in the forest, and he might not have searched. Also, it might take him a while to
Well-
find it, and then also to go through the puzzle and such as well.
you're really underestimating the danger of us going towards this wizard.
Well, I'm
We might
thinking
not
more
even
like,
have a chance.
we take like the druids, like some of the druids with us, like Andrianus and such.
Yes, but
Like, if he's traveling anyway, he's like just a quick stop over in this cave, and then we go the rest of the way.
that's why I asked whether there is like a quick way of getting there.
I mean,
But
the big guy can literally teleport us through a tree, and there's lots of trees near the cave.
It's a tree you have to know.
exactly.
I mean, they know the forest pretty well, don't they?
Do you have
I
to
mean,
know
I
the
asked
tree?
him.
If I remember correctly, yeah, you have to know the tree.
I mean, he is literally part tree. I think he knows a lot of the trees.
Oh, you mean
precisely.
Adrealis?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the dude that never fucking leaves.
Yeah, but he said he's going to leave, so it's like he needs to leave to travel anyway. Can we convince him to help take out this pretty big threat? Because you say the wizard's very powerful, but this guy sounds even more powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have to have seen or touched the destination plant at least once. I didn't know about that.
Like, if we don't have any means of getting there and trying to figure out a way of, dealing with that, I don't think we should just abandon our goal and just say a big fuck you to the forest and go try to, find a wizard that might not even be there. It's gonna take us ages to get there.
Yeah, I think that's a secondary goal right now.
I think for the forest, like him succeeding is probably going to be worse than a few trees getting cut down.
I don't think so, because to be honest, we don't even know what his end game is. We know he wants to.
Not good.
What we know is that he wants to rid the island of the Shamblers, and he wants credit for that.
Well, no, it seemed like the way you described it, he was trying to control one of them.
Yes, but he had hatred towards them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't we all? Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he wants to do anything bad with them. He's just got bad ways of going about what he's trying to do.
Exactly.
I mean, didn't he literally teleport to like Gwen's house and like, kill somebody and then kidnap?
He killed
Yeah.
somebody because he thought that we knew more about his end goal than him. So you're just fucking crazy and basically, and someone that's very self-centered.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean he wants to basically end the world.
yeah. I don't get the feeling that he wants to do anything malicious with the Shamblers. He just wants. It comes across as he wants to be known as the guy who saved the island by any cost. He wants to be the man.
Sort of, or learns more
Yeah.
the most,
I
basically.
don't get that impression, but the thing I'm thinking of is, so it's a wizard who can teleport around basically at will. And at this point in time, we've got a pretty decent idea of where he is. As soon as he's done whatever he's doing there, he could be literally anywhere.
Well, we don't have a good idea of where he is. We've been traveling for many
We know
days.
he's searching for the cave, but there's a good chance he's there, or there might be evidence of what he was doing there.
He was searching for the cave like more than a week ago, dude.
It was before your arena match, even.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was at least a week before the arena match.
Which is 9 days or so. I don't remember the number. I can check, but it's like it's been a really long time.
I don't think he's still at the cave. I would say
And
it's worth checking out, but
Guys-
after the meeting.
I couldn't fucking reach him.
Yeah, he's not at the cave if you couldn't reach him, right?
Yeah, but before we know, the magical stone in the cave could block sending as well.
But that's just reaching right now. He
Well,
might be just back in the
magic-
institute.
Everything else, so
Like, let's just focus on our objective. We literally traveled for 4 sessions to come here to ask the droids whether they would like participate in this very important meeting, and now we're like, you know what? Nah, it's not that important. Let's just fucking go to the cave. No.
I think the main reason Andros was to see if he was dead, and we found out he isn't.
Well, that's fair. We know that he's not dead, and we can later on do something about it. But right now, there is nothing we can do that's gonna actually make a difference. We can't even get there in time. Like, it will take us ages to get to him. If he's there.
And given the amount of time that's passed, I don't think he's still there.
No, I don't think so either. I couldn't fucking reach him, guys.
And if he can make copies of himself, getting through the maze child's play puzzle would have been very quick and easy.
Also, we fucking, made it easy by the markings we left. So
Yeah, those markings are still there, right?
that's that. Like, if anything, he's done it already.
Yeah. I don't think he's still there. Does he know about the other doors in the Lord's chambers?
I don't think so. Because we did meet with the Lords after, I believe.
If he's met with with Lord Hathford in his own chamber, he would then recognize that.
Yeah,
door.
I was going to say there's no way he hasn't
Exactly.
met with him, so he would have noticed it, I'm sure.
Another thing is we can just check with the Lords whether he's been back, because he was missing by the time we left.
Yeah, if he recognizes the door, getting back into the Lord's chambers would likely be a priority for him. So Lord Hathford would know if he's back or not. That's something we can check with him when we meet him in Ralnibblegup.
Now we need to figure out a way of getting to Ralnibblegup, because we can teleport to Ralhafford, but I don't believe we can to Ralnibblegup.
No.
And I've got an idea.
Ooh, what's your idea?
Well, I don't know whether the idea is gonna actually work out, because we do have a friend that could potentially be into the idea of helping us out, teleporting from one town to the other, and we know that he can do it.
However, difficulty we've had is, can he teleport in here with how?
No. I meant we go to Ralhafford, and he teleports us from there to Ralnibblegup. Because we can get to Ralhafford. Adrialis has gone there already. We know for a fact that he's used the tree there.
Yeah, that tree is still there.
But that's a long shot. I'll have to basically try my luck.
What's the travel time again from Ralhathford to Ralnibblegup? Day and a half, right?
I believe so. So we still have time even if we just leg it.
Yeah.
Why do you look annoyed, Dax?
I'm not annoyed. No. I'm loving the discussion. You could probably have been having this conversation in character, if anything, I think. Because you guys would be deliberating amongst yourselves, sort of like what you've been doing.
I suppose.
I'm imagining a lot of this was in character.
The druids are sort of like watching you. Or you realize after you come out of this fugue state of discussion. They're all watching you quite intently. All the three that are left here.
Which are?
Bernona, Myrthid,
Adrialis,
and Andrialis.
That's a good point. Can I mention to Adrialis the Baleful Eclipse? See if he reacts.
Yeah, sure, go up and ask.
Might go up and ask if if he's ever heard of that.
Hmm. I can't say I have, young man. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can say, is he lying?
Roll an insight check. Adralis is very monotone and difficult to read at the best of times, and that's all you can really. Just...
Can I show you an image as well and see if you recognize it?
Of course.
And I cast. Cast Mage Image to create a huge copy, like a big eye.
And what exactly is this?
Not in. Oh, I mean, the battlefield clipped as far as I'm aware, but have you ever seen it before?
Many a creature's eyes I've bore upon. None as unique and malicious as this.
Can I do an insight check into that?
Absolutely. Adralis is still just a very hard to read person, honestly. It's not that you think he's lying. You just really just can't even get a beat on him. It's like you don't see any reason to distrust him, but you don't see any reason to believe him either.
It's quite surprising that somebody as old as yourself doesn't or hasn't heard of it. What if anyone on the island would? It would be you.
Old as I may be, young man, my time on this island has been almost entirely within the confines of this forest.
What about the older druids?
What do you mean,
I
the
know anything.
older druids?
Well, I mean, talking to some creatures on the way here, they talked about how you weren't the oldest one, so I'm guessing there's others who are older.
Who did you hear this from?
Who was it again? I kind of just look over.
We met a pixie on the way here, and I managed to speak to them. They've mentioned they've met an older druid that was even before your time.
Can you recall exactly what Basil's words were?
I'm trying to
He was
find them.
If I recall, he said that Adrianus was actually a fairly young
Oh
one.
yeah. No, it was Adrialis is a youngling. I have that written. The pixie called you a youngling.
That confounded little pixie. Many a laugh I've shared with him. He did know me when I was young.
Were you friends?
In a way, I'm friends with everything in this forest. Hmm. How long have you been traveling to make it here?
What a great day. What a great question, Jesus.
5 or 6 days
I think it was like
or more.
6 days. No, it's less. Maybe 4 or 5. I'm not sure.
Including our travel from Bralhathford.
Your bodies must be weary. I think it's high
5.
time we rested, ate some food together. Come, let us share a
Sure,
meal.
didn't answer the question though. Yeah, are there other druids we can ask? Yeah, who might know.
He continues to not answer your question and turns and walks off.
I'll turn to Andros. Andros, by my knowledge and the knowledge of the druids here, Adrielus is the oldest druid in the
If his
forest and
response
always
doesn't
has
say
been.
otherwise, I don't
I
think he's
think
being entirely truthful.
I think Basil was messing with us.
I mean, considering his response, I'd say probably not.
I don't know. I don't trust Basil, and I do trust Adrielus.
Oh, I don't trust Basil either, but I trust my instinct in how he reacted just then. Like, if Basil was just joking, he probably would have reacted quite differently.
Knowing Adrielus, this seems like a fairly appropriate response. He's not going to buy into the tricks of a pixie.
So, Adrielus begins to prepare, well, not prepare himself, but begins to make preparations for a meal for you all to share with each other. You guys all sit not directly beneath the Oversplendor, but a bit further out from it. And you start to partake in several very simply roasted meats and mostly vegetables.
I'll just say, I'm sorry, I eat my own rations. I don't trust druids.
Fair. Is anyone else of a similar mind?
No.
Andros, you're missing out on this good food, man. Give it a try.
Good, thanks.
As the rest of you chow down into it, it is pretty much all exclusively unseasoned and just the most simply cooked as possible. Just like on a stick over an open flame, that's it.
To Baylor, this would be heavenly. This is like coming home to mom's
childhood memories, yep.
Aw.
Not even a hint of salt, nothing. It's just literally carrot on a stick under a fire. That's it.
You'll see Baylor just absolutely stuffing his face and super happy with the best food he's ever had.
As this is happening, all the various Nazaratelli you find yourself surrounded with all start to engage, ask questions, tell you about, or ask you about where you're from, a lot of your travels through here, some of them remarking on creatures that they've met personally, areas that they also found daunting initially when they were but a fledgling. They have a lot of curious questions about civilization, given that none of them you learn have seen it themselves, save for Adrielus a long time ago. Brenona picks up and starts to ask a lot of questions about the arena, and you see sort of like a fire in her eyes ignited when you talk about it. It's a concept that's totally alien to her. Fighting for fun and for sport, it's something that just to her sounds ridiculous. Like the thought has never even like introduced itself into her brain until now. You'll recount the various deeds you've done, the various things you've achieved as a group. Method ends up being particularly interested in the story about how you robbed an old lady of all her animals. But you have
Yeah.
a pretty merry time for the most part. Adriellis is, again, mostly silent, occasionally asking a couple of clarifying questions here or there, but he's partaking, stoically so, but partaking nonetheless.
Speaking of those animals, have we seen any hints of Flicker?
You have not. It's rather strange, actually. You expected him to be here.
Have we seen Lamien?
You still have not, no. Basking here in golden light, streaking through the ever splendor's branches, that feeling of calm still washes over you. You still, albeit less so now that you've gotten used to it, feel those slight reverberations within the air itself, that very, very gentle thrum of magic power coming from the tree. At various points throughout the meal, you all catch yourself taking a glance over at the tree, watching it. You don't see any of the leaves falling from it. They're all sort of very still and stuck to the tree. You also don't see any of the golden leaves on the floor around it either. It's rather odd. A lot of other trees you can see, like little branches that have fallen off, little leaves here and there. As far as you can tell, there's not a single golden leaf anywhere near the ground where the Ever Splendor is. And here, partaking in a humble but enjoyable lunch with an Adzuratelli is where we will bring a close to tonight's session.
What the fuck?
Sorry. There's a lot a lot going on in these sessions, and my throat actually hurts a lot.
May I
May you
cast a
what?
few sendings behind the screen then?
Of course, absolutely.
Okay. I'll write you about them in a bit.
Oh, okay. You don't want to do them here on camera for everyone else?
I don't believe so right now.
Okay, fair enough.
I still think you're insane for trusting Rejoice.
I think you're insane for trusting
I-
Baelor's family.
I believe Andros is being not very nice.